Join me as I dive into the mysteries of what really goes on behind closed White House doors. Can I uncover hidden secrets and untold stories? The White House is not just a building. It is the epicenter of American governance. From the outside, it may look calm, elegant, and ceremonial, but inside, the atmosphere is nothing like what we see on television. Every decision, every briefing, and every memo has the potential to affect millions of lives. Who whispers in the president's ear? Who influences policies before anyone else even knows about them? Today, we are going to uncover the hidden world of influence, power, and strategy behind those iconic doors. The White House is far more than a residence or a tourist attraction. It is a living, breathing institution where the fate of policies, laws, and even international relations is determined. Every room has a purpose. The Oval Office, the Cabinet Room, the Situation Room, and countless offices where advisors, analysts, and staff work behind the scenes. Hundreds of people walk its halls every day, making decisions that the public may never even hear about. The public sees only speeches, press conferences, and ceremonial appearances, but the real action happens behind locked doors, in hushed conversations and confidential meetings. Behind every president stands a network of advisors, each with their own level of influence. The Chief of Staff coordinates the president's schedule, priorities, and meetings. Senior advisors provide strategies and offer guidance on sensitive matters, from economic policy to national security. The press secretary shapes the messages the public hears, while junior staff prepares reports, briefs, and analyses that feed directly into decisions. A single well-timed suggestion, a carefully worded briefing, or a hidden memo can influence the course of action long before anyone outside the White House even knows it exists. The Oval Office is the symbolic heart of executive power, but it is also a place where subtle influence reigns. Presidential decisions are informed by what is briefed in that room. Documents, reports, and discussions guide each choice. While the president has the final say, the weight of advice and expertise can tip the scales. For example, a small recommendation on economic policy or a suggestion on a foreign affair can quietly determine national outcomes, illustrating that what we see on TV is just the tip of the iceberg. The Situation Room is where some of the most sensitive, high-pressure decisions are made. Crisis management, intelligence briefings, and national security decisions happen in this highly secured space. Only a select few are allowed in, and the outcomes of these discussions can ripple across the globe. During tense situations like international conflicts or terrorist threats, every word, every briefing, and every recommendation matters. Decisions here are not just important, they are critical, and they often remain invisible to the public. The Cabinet Room is where the president meets with department heads and key advisors to discuss policies and strategies. Here, the president listens, asks questions, and ultimately makes decisions, but these choices are heavily influenced by those around them. Cabinet members often bring alternative viewpoints, challenge assumptions, and propose new approaches. The dynamics in this room shape which policies reach the public and which remain internal strategy. What seems simple in the media often hides a complex web of negotiation, persuasion, and strategy. While the Oval Office and Cabinet Room get attention, much of the work happens in smaller offices. Analysts, junior advisors, and administrative staff review reports, draft memos, and prepare briefings that can quietly shape policies. For instance, budget recommendations drafted by staff can determine the allocation of billions of dollars across government programs. Their work, often unnoticed, forms the backbone of decisions and is a reminder that influence in the White House is distributed, not concentrated in a single individual. One dramatic example of behind-the-scenes power occurred during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. President Kennedy and his advisors faced a potential nuclear confrontation. Every conversation, briefing, and strategy session in the White House could have prevented or triggered catastrophe. Decisions were made quickly, often under immense pressure, with the eyes of the world unknowingly focused on what was happening behind those doors. The crisis highlighted the delicate balance of power, the influence of advisors, and the importance of secrecy in critical decision-making. The White House must balance secrecy with transparency. While the public deserves information to hold leaders accountable, some details cannot be shared due to national security or diplomatic sensitivity. This creates a fine line between legitimate secrecy and unnecessary concealment. Missteps can erode public trust, and lack of transparency often fuels speculation or conspiracy theories. Citizens are left questioning who really controls decisions and why some information is withheld. Advisors and staff navigate immense responsibilities daily. They analyze intelligence, evaluate policies, and consider public reaction. They must anticipate outcomes, manage risks, and provide the president with actionable choices. Their influence is subtle but crucial. A timely insight or recommendation can change the trajectory of a policy, a diplomatic negotiation, or a crisis response. The weight of these responsibilities is heavy, and the margin for error is small. The president may be the face of the White House, but influence extends beyond. Intelligence agencies, think tanks, policy experts, and even external advisors contribute indirectly. Lobbyists and allies can shape the range of options presented. Decisions are rarely made in isolation, they emerge from a network of consultation, persuasion, and expert analysis. The White House is not a single-person operation, it is a complex ecosystem of influence. In modern times, decisions on international treaties, pandemic response, and economic stimulus packages demonstrate how behind-the-scenes deliberation works. Staff prepare scenarios, simulate outcomes, and advise the president accordingly. Much of this occurs without public notice, yet it shapes the course of the nation. The public sees only announcements, but these are the result of countless discussions, negotiations, and confidential briefings. Even ceremonial aspects of the White House have hidden meaning. Every briefing, every meeting, every schedule reflects priorities and power structures. Symbolic gestures, such as seating arrangements in meetings or who speaks first, can indicate influence. Small procedural choices have ripple effects, demonstrating that governance is as much about process and strategy as it is about the content of decisions. The White House is a high-pressure environment where mistakes have consequences that can reach millions. Every decision, from domestic policy to foreign diplomacy, carries responsibility. The president, staff, and advisors must anticipate outcomes, weigh risks, and act decisively. The weight of responsibility is immense, and it's managed largely out of public view. This hidden work ensures stability, continuity, and careful governance. Closed White House doors. Decisions are shaped by a web of influence, advisors, staff, agencies, and the president himself. The work is high-stakes, secretive, and complex. By understanding these inner workings, we gain a deeper appreciation for the responsibility carried by those in power. The White House may be mysterious, but shining a light on its processes allows citizens to be more informed and engaged. If you found this exploration revealing, make sure to subscribe for more videos uncovering the hidden world of American politics. And share your thoughts. What do you think really happens behind those doors? The truth is often stranger than fiction.